Hello and welcome all to another Let's Play. Oops, hold on one second. Let's Play Forsaken World. Almost said Dwarf Fortress there, but this is Forsaken World. I guess it'll be episode 1. I don't think we'll do too many episodes of this. But we are going to be playing a game called Forsaken World, which I've enjoyed very much for the past week. Tell you the truth, I picked this game up off of Steam. Just go to Steam, install Steam. It's a free game, so I know some people don't like the DRM qualities, but you have to be online anyway to play because it's an online game. And go to Steam, type in Forsaken World. I'm sure you can spell that. I don't want to spell it for you, but and install it. It's free. You'll have to set up a Perfect World account. It'll give you some background. This game originally was called Perfect World, which is still going on. It's a different game. It's kind of like, oh, we're gonna play a Arena Souls while we're here. They already canceled. It's a dungeon queue, much like World of Warcraft. You have dungeon queues. Press T. You can sign up for dungeons. Apparently, we could have had a little event there, but somebody canceled it. Basically, to give you a background of this game, it's a Chinese company, I believe, which created a game called Perfect World a couple years back. It's still ongoing. Perfect World, I don't know, was a very bright and anime-like game. This is also a very anime and bright game, but it's supposed to be the darker of the two games. Things are supposed to be more grim and more darker, but compared to World of Warcraft or say Warcraft Online, this is a very light-hearted game, even though you do talk about killing stuff all the time. This is my character, Von Felty, which probably you'll see on the server. I'm on server if you do happen to play East Irda, which I'd recommend because it's the most populated. Don't play on the West servers. You want to play on the populated server, so I would play East Irda. It's a PvP server, but PvP is so minimal I would not worry about it. If you're used to World of Warcraft, you will not get ganked that often. I will, if you if you don't know what ganked means, that means players come out of the woodwork and kill you at random. You do not get killed at random that often. You will, but I didn't realize this was a PvP server until one guy killed me while I was doing a quest, and I was like, well, I didn't know you could kill people. But anyways, this is a really fun game. This is my vampire character. As I've talked about my Dwarf Fortress, if you've watched that previously, I'm sure you have. I play girl characters because I do not like looking at guys' butts all day. Because this is how you play. You play like this. See, like this. As you run around. Oh, wrong key. This is how you look all day. And I don't want to be like, I'm trying to find a guy that's around. This dude right here. Yeah. I don't want to look at that all day. I guess I know he's kind of sorry. This is a continuation of the previous episode of Dwarf Fortress. I've been drinking a lot of mead, and I just think this guy looks a little, I don't know. He bats for both teams. There's nothing wrong with that. He just he's an elf. Just look at his ears, but he bats for both teams, and I don't want to look at that all day, looking from the rear. So I play a girl. I put pink hair because it's like my girlfriend's hair color. So I don't know. This kind of reminds me of her. Even put makeup on. I don't know. I like playing with dolls. Anyways, a couple things about this game. You do get these things like prayers, let you get freebies every hour or so. We did not receive any gifts though, because I think we've done enough. Right now I'm in the training area. Like once you get to level 40, I believe you get to hang out in the training level, which while you in order to combat botting, which means you play without actually playing with like third-party software, they allow you to gain so many levels while you're in a training area just by hanging out in this. So I can walk away, I go to school, and I do my thing. So, and I'm still leveling up on home. So let me go ahead and travel. Actually, I meant to go to the auctioneer. There's a flashing icon right here, which means I've got some auction. Somebody bought something. I'll go to the auctioneer. You can tell by aim auctioneers. Usually these stone guys for some reason. And we'll go to received. Somebody bought a splinter. And I got so much gold. All right. And what do I want to do? Oh yeah, I want to go back to the main city. Show you guys some things around. Now, this is kind of starting out in the middle of the game. I'm level 51, which is, you start out, of course, at level 1. And I'm going to go to Freedom Harbor and back to the town. Loading screen. Oh, don't tell me it's going to crash while we're doing this. All right. Take a swig of mead. I've been drinking mead. If you haven't watched this, watch episode 34. You can see my mead drinking. All right. So we're back in the main city. I'm going to turn on my flying mount, which happens to be this one I set. It's much like World of Warcraft, you do have flying mounts. And what was I going to do? Our lag's kind of bad right now because of the... There we go. Not bad lag. I guess bad frame rate because I think the recording takes up a lot of... I'm going to hit the acceleration button because I want to go. I'll show you some crafting because you can craft in this game. And I think I had enough to buy from that auction. Go to scavenger and I was going to buy goods. Alright, 1. So I was going to make a good to sell online. Scavenge, binding good, repair. So we're making shard of time. This basically is something to sell online, which increases item durability. And while you're at a shopkeeper, and this is something I did not know, if you start playing this game, go to buy. To repair your gear, hit this icon right here. This is very important. I'm going to show this first thing. Here, repair. And we don't have any items to repair, but you need to know that if you start playing this game and you die. You need to repair your gear every time you die. Just go to an item, hit on the blue wrench. Let's do some questing really quick. Our speed is kind of low here. Yeah, I think we're kind of lagging because of the frame rate of the... I think I've left this on too long. Alright, these things right here that you find in the city, the gems, are transporters. Instead of flying between locations, you can be instant transported. In World of Warcraft, you kind of fly around, but in this, you kind of choose this, and I'm going to go to that icon, and I want to travel to this place because I know that's where I want to travel to. You kind of have to learn the map in general to learn and go, alright. So, it's kind of like World of Warcraft if you've played that. If you've not, generally, when you're out in the world, NPCs that have quests will have exclamation marks. Just like World of Warcraft. I'm going to heal the woods. I'm going to choose this one. I can read blah blah the entire forest curse with blink of an eye. I'll do what I can do. And that is heal falling sprout. Now in this game, in World of Warcraft you would actually go to the map to find quests. But in this game it doesn't put it on the map. You just click on the link and you'll travel to it automatically. And that's kind of cool. Actually, I really appreciate that. Alright. And it travels to our destination. Alright, I arrived. So when you play this game, if you do start playing this game, important that you actually click on the green links to travel to your quest locations. That's very important. Alright, what was I supposed to do? Take the Vine of Healing, release healing magic on the poor fallen sprouts. Friend of the forest. Fallen sprout. Alright. Oh no, no, kill it. Yeah, don't kill it. Alright, stop, 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 stop attacking. Alright. Did not mean to attack that. Hopefully we get a combat. And generally, you open up your heal falling sprouts. A vine of healing. There's supposed to be a vine of healing in my bag. It's not a quest item. Alright, there it is. There's a vine of healing. So I kind of fried this fallen sprout. So we did one. And this is general behavior. And one thing about this game, mobs aren't usually offensive. Like, I guess these are friendly mobs or NPCs, but most NPCs aren't. Like World of Warcraft are not hostile. They will not attack you on sight. All right, we're almost done. And you generally do quests. You can't really kill. Unlike World of Warcraft. Oh, and to return, we just choose the. I'm gonna put my mount on, so it takes faster. And then you just click on the green link to go back. That was a very non-combat quest. We didn't really have to kill anything. Didn't show you any features. All right, I'm gonna take a swig of mead here. We didn't do much of anything other than just do a basic non-combat quest, which you get a few of. So we go back here, we click on them, we heal the woods, blah blah blah. Thanks, Funfelder, to give me hope. We get 161,000 XP. That's a lot, and soul money. One thing about this game, unlike World of Warcraft, if some of you are like World of Warcraft veterans, and I know a lot of you aren't, you're just Dwarf Fortress fans. There's a system of money, which is soul coins, which you buy stuff from vendors, and gold coins, which you use to buy things online. Gold coins are for player trade and really expensive items. And the reason why you can only get these through trade with other players to prevent gold farming, to prevent you from actually farming mobs or selling gold to other players. I don't know. Find me some shrubbery. Who said ever some money just grow trees? Life of Lumberjack. I think there's a Monty Python fan here. Find me some shrubbery. Alright. Crystal McDouglas. Yeah, it's definitely a Monty Python reference. I was hoping to get a combat. Alright, these are attack on sight mobs, so I have to kind of be careful. Alright. Why don't we show you some combat while we're over here? I'm just going to click on my mount to unmount. I'm going to summon my pet. Pets in this game, there's no pet class like in World of Warcraft. Like you got your warlocks and your hunters, which have pets. Everyone gets a pet in this game. They're mightily useful. Alright, I'm going to use a combo on this. I'm going to use Dark Curse to lower its buffs. Seed of Flame is a damage over time. This is a instant attack. And this is Evil Flame. So we've got... She's hurting me pretty bad, so I'm going to use a pot. Potions are very important in this game. I guess I could also heal using my... Vampires can heal themselves. Also, I'm going to fill up mana. And unlike World of Warcraft, this game is very pot dependent. Kind of like Diablo, where you use pots all the time because mana does not naturally regenerate. Like when World of Warcraft, mana would automatically generate. Oh, being attacked. Alright, so I'm going to use Dark Curse, Seed of Flame, Wrath Kill, and Evil Flame. Evil Flame is my main attack. There's an auto attack that does basic damage, but it's not really that damaging, I guess. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. In World of Warcraft, your mana generates pretty quickly. In this game, it does not generate at all. You have to use pots. I think it generates very slowly, but it might as well not be at all. So your health and mana, you want to buy pots from the vendors, which is why the soul coins come in handy because you can purchase, or you can purchase them from players. I would not recommend buying pots from players because it's generally expensive, and you want to spend your money on gear and other things that are not our pet is attacking. And our pet's got some skills, I think, like it reduces like attacks with Holy Light and weaken. Actually, this Holy Light was a spell I learned. Alright. And then I taught my pet how to do it. I'm going to heal myself with Dark Contract. That's the one thing about vampires. I think most players in this game are vampires just because they're cool. Because they do AoE damage at higher levels, and they also can heal themselves. So it's a very PvP class. Like, the only class that I'm afraid to PvP is other vampires and stone men. Stone men are protectors, which they're basically like tanks, which they do not die. That you can basically beat on them for like 5 minutes, and you can't do enough damage on them, which is basically the equivalent of a tank class in World of Warcraft. I have to say one problem and one thing I do not like about this game is that the dwarves are not considered. All dwarves can be our marksmen, and I don't think, and even though the NPCs are not marksmen, like you see dwarves that are like axe dwarves and hammer dwarves, and some of them are like carrying anvils on sticks. Unfortunately, all the player can play in this game is dwarves that play marksmen, which is gun dwarves, which is kind of like the hunter in World of Warcraft, if you're familiar with that. Alright, we're almost done collecting these shrubberies. I'm using the left mouse click to click on that. Alright, and click on my horse. Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Give it a lick. It tastes just like raisins. Alright, click on the green link to go back to McDouglas. Hopefully we'll avoid these. You can tell the animals that attack you have the little swords on them. Alright, hopefully we'll get a combat quest. I'm about to level up. This is the level up bar down here. Alright, I didn't even read that. Friend of the forest. Oh, he wants you to kill the friends of the forest. Alright, here's a combat log. It's basically kill 20 of these. 20 of these dudes. They're not hurting anybody, but I guess it's time to cut them down. So I'll use my combo. Dark Curse as a debuff, damage over time, and actually I want to use like a soul power. Like every time you kill something, you gain souls. So I'm gonna go over here in this kind of grouped of area. I'm going to use my soul power, which is I didn't kill him. It just hurt them a bunch. Alright, make sure I use my pot so I don't die. Use a heal so I don't die. Actually, I got a spell that can heal me and take damage at the same time. Alright. Actually, I need to upgrade my soul power. I just realized that because it's not doing enough damage. We'll do that later. But basically, I use combos like that's the debuff, that's the damage over time, and this is the evil flame. So if you played World of Warcraft, you're very familiar with these skills. If you're not, it's basically ways to do damage to like pots. Gotta remember to do your pots, otherwise you'll die. And you have these are pots for my little animal too, because sometimes they attack the animals. Like if I do this, I click on him, attack. He'll attack the pet. You could tank with a pet. Like if you have a turtle, you can tank with it. But it's still... I think if I had a turtle pet, I would tank. That might be a good strategy, because you can actually have a turtle as a pet, and turtles are considered tanks. But this goat Goatman. Mr. Goat is not a tank, so he takes damage pretty fairly well, as much as I do, pretty much. Gets more mana there. Evil Flame. I use the WASD keys to move around. You can actually use the right or left click to actually move, and a lot of people get confused because in WoW you use the left mouse button to spin around, and this you have to use the right mouse button, which is kind of annoying. But once you get used to it, it's all right. Personally, I use the WASD keys instead of clicking to go, unless I'm running over a far distance, which kind of annoys me because I can't bind my mouse buttons to actually auto run. All right, let's get some. I'm glad these things aren't all attacking me at once, otherwise it would not survive. You can turn into a vampire skill, which is kind of nice. Vampire skill makes you in vampire form, which makes you attack harder, and you get more health while you're doing it. I don't know. You get a little flying bats around. It's kind of a neat effect. I need to debuff him first, and then attack, and then use these two. They're not really instant spells, but they're pretty close to it, and they debuff and damage. Which debuff means lowers their resistance and makes them easier to kill. And I don't know. I've only killed about 7 or so. It's kind of taking me a while. It's time to take a swig of mead. About spilled that all over my face too. Alright. Poor Mr. Goat needs to be healed. Fiend of the Forest. There is a lot of repetition, so if you're not cool with that, this game is probably not for you. But I enjoy it because you have to kind of use different combinations. Alright. I still haven't got a cooldown. I'm attacking anyway before the cooldown is attacked. Alright. And you get different, like a shop, you can buy different items. And I need to buy a... And this is free, by the way. This if I haven't mentioned this game is completely 100%... Oh, shit. We can capture a soul. Capture. Soul capture. We get a pet. That's one of the skills as a pet. If you kill some animals, they'll turn into pets. And that's how you capture. It's kind of like Pokemon in a way that you kill like so many pets and they turn into a soul pet. If they do, then you use basic soul catching on them, which is a learned skill. And you capture the pet. So I think I could actually incubate that. Let me do that right now because actually the tree is kind of a neat thing to have. All right, we'll incubate. I hit P as in Paul to actually turn up my pet menu, so we're going to incubate our pet stone while I was fighting, so we can have a tree, one of these tree guys as pet. They won't be as big as this whole thing. They'll be kind of that size, that guy size. So now we get a tree as a pet if we wanted. You get it up to 2 pets at a time. I've got a pet on a pet journey right now. Satan, one of my demons I captured. He's on a pet journey, which is basically an offline journey for him to actually gather XP and other benefits. Alright, Dark Contract to heal. I'm pressing E to Evil Flame. So that's easy. It's easier for me to do WASD key and E key. E key is actually, I would recommend that for anybody who's doing an online game. Do your most used skill as the letter E, because when you're using around WASD to move around, you can use E to like quickly kill stuff. Alright. Alright. Apparently that was all my pet's damage. Alright. Why is that not working? Friend of the Forest. Maybe because I'm not killing the Friend of the Forest and I was killing a Twisted Friend. This is specifically a Friend of the Forest. And that's some problems with this game. Is that I'm surprised all the other friends don't jump in. If they all jumped in, then I would... Yeah, that counted. So I think I got it. Now I can't use Twisted. I used a friend. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what's going on. What time is it? Oh, to tell what time it is, click down or move your mouse and hover over this. It does military time. It's not too bad. 9, 12. Any events going on? God's Trial. I can only do God's Trial once a day, so we can't do that. Alright. I'm kind of AFK in fighting, which is... It's alright. I don't want Twisted. Don't want Twisted. I want a friend. Debuff. Dot. Attack. And dot is damage over time. I probably mentioned that. I'm doing single attacks. I can't get AoE attacks in the vampire until level and I'm showing you just a fraction of the classes here. There's so many other classes besides vampire. There's of course the marksman is the dwarfs, which has the cute little tiny girls and the your average dwarves that you would expect. Oh, I'm gonna die. Better heal and cast heal. Mr. Goat's damage. I'll use a potion on him. You got to use potions on this game. It's not like WoW where you just use heal or don't at all. All right, debuff. Dot. Another dot. That's more just instant. It's more of like an instant and debuff. There's also the bat form, which they call it escape in PvP. Alright. Into the forest. Debuff. Dot. More debuff. Mr. Goat is getting injured. And the other thing about this game, you need world flutes to actually talk in World Channel. I will let you know that you have to use like these games, and they're kind of expensive. That's prevent people from, I mean, they really thought this out to prevent gold farmers and spammers from ruining the game, because in World of Warcraft, all they can do is ban the farmers. They can't actually prevent the behavior. In this game, actually, you can buy gold, but you can buy gold directly from the thing. Again, I mentioned this game is 100% free. Oh, this is puny. I don't want to. This game is 100% free, but you can buy stuff through the, and a lot of stuff is like fancy clothing. And tell you the truth, I did spend $30 on this game just because I enjoyed it so much. Like I spent like $15 on donations to Dwarf Fortress. I think I'm going to give them another $15 for the end of the month. Because that's a really good, like if you haven't already, donate to Dwarf Fortress if you're a fan of it, because that's given so much enjoyment. I want to keep Toady in business, but this game is also giving me a lot of enjoyment, so I said, well, I'll give $30, and I bought a flying mount. I bought some clothing. I'll show you my clothing. It's kind of risque. This is my outfit that I bought. Yeah, it's kind of risque. I don't know. It wasn't most of the, I didn't spend most of the money on this. Anyways, I don't wear it all the time. It kind of gets too distracting, as you know. And I use the menu because you can switch back between fashion, which is basically your gear, or the fashion that you bought from the game. And you don't actually have to buy the, it's really easy to buy the items and get the stuff from that, but you don't have to. You can actually play the game and actually get the stuff, but it takes a lot longer to get the game. So I don't know. I just felt like I got at least $30 out of this game, so I just paid him $30. I don't think I'll spend any more money than that, because I don't know. I will not spend $40 on a game. I don't care what. But anyways, if you want to play this game, you don't have to pay a cent. You can just go to town and you can play your entire life the game without ever paying any money whatsoever. So that's the benefit of this game. Unlike WoW, you can level from 1 to 75. Well, WoW's got 85 levels now, or 95. I don't know how much Pandorias have now, but... Oh, I want to get another ghost. I'll sell this one. Ah, crap. Hitting the wrong button. No, don't attack it. Don't attack it. Alright. Alright. I want to sell that online. Alright. Because I can make some money off that. Alright. We're going to go back to Gristle MacDouglas. Very Scottish name. So that was basically some basic combat. That was very easy combat. Unlike the dungeons, which are a little bit more difficult than that. I don't know if I should show you what else I should show you on this game. I was hoping to get a dungeon, and we got like 300,000. I was hoping to level up. Is there anyone else we can level up? Alright, we got this character here. All corruption must be purged from the forest. In doing so, new life will have a chance to grow in its place. Destroy all the corrupted roots you see, and they're gone. The trees will be free of their taint. Alright. Corrupted root. And we get a amethyst shard. That's kind of cool. We don't get hardly any XP, though. Our incubation is just about up. We're going to leave him in there for about 10 minutes, though. That makes sense. You probably like no one just knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think you have to play this game to understand it, but alright. Corrupted root. I'm going to use a basic auto attack on it. Apparently the other people don't care. I slaughtered half their population. I'm just using the basic auto attack. Auto attack doesn't use any mana. And we're done. Mountain back up. And mounts are basically a faster way to travel. Probably could have walked there faster. Alright. Did I apply for any? Alright. Another quest here. I'm just making sure I applied for dungeons. Alright, so we applied. And we're going to click on the green link. What is this? We'll just go where it goes. So I'm trying to think what else to say about this game. I don't know. It's very enjoyable. It's free. And I don't know. There's a lot to do. It keeps you busy. Bastion. Let's see what he wants. The Hexstone. Did you get it? She's been dead for years. Blah, blah, blah. There's a story behind this, but I'm not going to read it. I don't hardly read any of the quests. Alright. Alright, we gotta go to Bayful Selena. And we gotta use the hexing stone on her. Apparently. More mead. Which is nice because with this auto routing you don't have to like move a lot. Which is one of the problems about World of Warcraft if you're traveling over long distances. Apparently she's upset. Let me demount so I can combat. I'm using this orb to try to seal her soul. Alright. Got her soul in an orb. And there's a fanciful story about this, which I don't really want to read all of it. What were we supposed to do again? I guess we're supposed to go back to Bastion. And I just click on it and away we go. I mean, this is a lifesaver. If you played WoW, World of Warcraft, this is just tedious, and this is not, because they've auto-routed everything. Alright, so we're going back. Question mark means the quest is done. Apparently we're trying to save the soul of whoever. Oh, Safina. Supposed to go to the soul altar and soul statue. What is that supposed to do? Left click on the soul art. Alright, supposed to click on. Alright, placing statue. Read the, when in doubt, read the text of the quest. Alright. And post, I think we've made this person. Apparently he was in love with this creature. What is this? Apparently there's a quest item. Give it back to Bastion. His one true fairy love is dead. He squeezes the ring fist but stays silent, tears running down his face. I still have not leveled up though. I don't know. I'm trying to show you a good decent part of this, and I think I have. I don't know what else to show you at this point. Basically, we continue on questing and so on. I guess I could show you more of the auction house. But I think the best thing to do is that you guys, instead of watching me play this, go play it yourselves. Go to the Steam, go to download Steam, steampowered.com, or just type in Steam in Google, download Steam, go to Forsaken World and download, play on the server Iridia. You can look me up, Von Felty, and we'll interact. I don't know. It's just a really fun game. If you have any questions, post it in the comments of this gaming channel, this particular video, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Again, the easiest thing to remember, just click on the green links to find your quest destinations, and I think that will answer most of your problems. This will provide hours and hours of entertainment, and it's free, so I would recommend it to anybody. I would recommend it more over World of Warcraft, which costs a lot of money. So there's my Let's Play of this Forsaken World. Hopefully you can all enjoy this game as much as I have, and I want to wish you all a good night. If I can quit this damn game, we'll be done. Good night.